Welcome to Bharat FM's IPL 2020 update with our India editor Shantanu Guha. As always, Shantanu has some juicy bits to talk about. So without much ado, Shantanu.
It is
Okay.
like oh, so.
Okay.
So
So let me, I'm going to start, the recording has begun. So let me first ask you, welcome Shantanu. This is the first of our IPL behind the scenes and updates from our extremely sharp India editor Shantanu Guha. Welcome Shantanu.
thank you, Mayank.
So tell us
Yeah.
what's going on at IPL 2020.
Oh my God! I mean, IPL has started this incredibly long and tough cricket tournament. Has started in the heat of Dubai, and I think everybody's getting excited. And right from the first day, the controversies have started. I called up a few guys, my friends there, and they said the first to get embroiled in this was Saurav Ganguly. And how did he get involved? Because right after the match where the Delhi Capitals beat Kings 11 Punjab, there was an interesting play. The captain, Shreyas Iyer, who said that, I'm very happy that I'm being groomed by Ricky Ponting and Saurav Ganguly. So I'm so delighted. Now that immediately people are saying that could go against Ganguly because he is the BCCI president and he cannot mentor anyone even if he wants.
Oh.
Now this is slowly becoming a big issue there, and hopefully Ganguly is supposed to make a statement that it was off the cuff remark by the Delhi captain. But the fact that Ganguly is also the brand ambassador for JSW, the Jindal Saw Works, and also he's been very closely linked to the Delhi team, can be a bit of trouble because Ganguly already has been hauled over the coals once for doing multitasking despite being the BCCI president. If you are the BCCI president, you honestly can't do multiple things, though as much I would like him to earn tremendous amount of monies, but probably I think the rules say you can't really do it. And there are also issues with his endorsement with My Circle 11, which is directly opposite in competition with the Dream 11, which is actually the team sponsor. So there are certain conflict issues coming out of Dubai, but I think hopefully this could die down as the tournament gets off to a speedy start.
But this is remarkable. This is a clear conflict of interests. How is it even happening?
Well, I think everything happens in India. Mike, I think we really don't bother or worry about these things. Life continues. I mean, after Hansi Corona, nobody has been caught in spot fixing. So things are all right. We really don't worry too much about it. I called up a few of my cops or friends who said, I think the interesting thing is the Satta market has turned digital. That is the big news. So I said, really? He said, yes. All Satta players are now doing things online. So I said, how would Satta go online? He said, yes, they have. They have formed a mechanism. So they have all gone online, and it's very difficult to track them. Earlier, they would be able to track some of the guys, but the bloody fellows are now gone online with some mechanism, some cloud, they're hiding behind it like Megnath, and they're trying to make money. Otherwise, the tournament has gone up to a great start, and people are making noises like Preeti Zinta, the chief mentor of the main financer of Kings 11 Punjab, has already thrown in a bombshell. She's saying, if technology cannot be used well, what is the use of the technology? She's obviously referring to the fact that her team lost by 1 run to Delhi Capitals, and both teams scored 157, and there was an error of judgment by the umpire, and she made a very, very strong tweet saying, if I could do 5 COVID tests and do 6 days of quarantine and then come to the ground to see how come BCCI cannot get their technology right. So I think people are making the right kind of noises. IPL is going on very well, except the crowds are missing, the cheerleaders are missing. And many people are saying, please don't make those fake noises. That's really irritating because the fake noise is working actually very well with the US Open, but it can't work in IPL because IPL is a different ball game. So they say, stop that fake noise, let them play whatever they want and let us see the match.
So this is really, it's an adult crowd, so I'm going to say they are really faking it.
Yes. Sorry, Mike. I think, people are slowly getting excited. And as the days progress, we'll have some great news coming up from IPL. But what is also happening is there is this RCB, the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They have a match ahead today, and they have to make some interesting game because they have never won the cup. So they are like really putting their best. There are rumors that Virat Kohli could actually now step back and try and push an interesting opening pair. I mean, earlier Virat and Parthiv Patel would do it, but this time Australian Aaron Finch and Karnataka opener Devdatta Padikkal could actually go in. That could be interesting because Virat is going to put in everything behind this tournament to win and make a mark for himself as well.
I see. Let's talk a bit about the match that involved Mohammad Shami's fairly remarkable performance. 3 overs, 0 maidens, 8 runs and 2 wickets. What do you think of that?
Absolutely brilliant. Don't forget that Mohammad Shami has gone through some really turbulent times in his personal career. Mm-hmm. He has put all of that back. He has given his best on the ground. It's all been complimented by his team members. So he's done extremely well. And many people are hoping and many people are expecting that Mohammad Shami is actually enjoying the heat of Dubai and he's been able to use that effectively as for his swingers, and it's working out well for him, unlike other bowlers.
Right. Do you see any difference in the way spectators are enjoying it from a distance?
Well, all I can tell you, Mayank, is the shift has started happening towards IPL, and as a result of which, this huge brouhaha that was happening over Riya Chakrabarti and Sushant Singh Rajput has come down considerably. So the focus is now going on IPL. Number one. Number two, the focus is also going on the Farmers' Bill. So IPL, Farmers' Bill are the new breaking headlines in India, and they are taking away the focus from that unfortunate incident of the death of that actor and his girlfriend who is in prison now. So people are enjoying it, but I must say that people are not hyperventilating over it. I think the main reason being that if you do not see the crowds in the stadium, you don't see the cheerleaders, only fireworks on the galleries, on the sidelines, and a bio bubble and all of that won't excite you. So maybe those are the flip sides of it. But otherwise, I think IPL is really, really slowly taking off. People are getting excited and people are expecting some great matches to come in. The BCCI bosses are also watching it because there is an Australian tour coming up right after this at the end of the year. And if that happens, IPL will be the testing ground for all of this.
I mean, this is just the beginning of the tournament. Obviously, there will be many ups and downs. What are your expectations in terms of team fortunes going by the play so far?
I think I would genuinely would like to see how RCB performs. I mean, a lot of money has been pumped into them around the time when Vijay Mallya was around and around the time when Vijay Mallya is not around. And this is actually the Indian cricket captain's acid test. He has to prove it that he has it in him, and his players, and even former Indian vice captain Gautam Gambhir is actually saying this is a resurgent RCB. and they could actually spring a surprise and even win this year's IPL. So I'm looking forward to that. Another performance I would like to see is that of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the man who silently walked out into sunset. Is one man who will prove something here if he wants his image to be retained in the minds of all those people who follow the 42 brands he endorses. So I'm looking at that. Otherwise, IPL is nothing but it's like a jamboree. It's the world's richest league. There's a lot of cash involved here. People get excited and come and play. The Pakistani cricketers sit on the sidelines and grumble because they can't play. So I'm just looking at these individual cases,
Right.
individual players, and I like to see how they perform.
Talking of Dhoni, whether or not his team wins eventually, this is historic for him. What do you think his expectations are from the tournament? Is he there just to have his last hurrah and then move on?
I would say Dhoni will just prove one point. And that point would be that the fact that he was dropped out from that list of BCCI when they sign on cricketers for year-long contracts, the fact that he was dropped from that list, he would like to reply to BCCI that how wrong was that decision. It's sort of Ganguly on the grounds. If Dhoni does exceptionally well, it'll be very sad for Ganguly to actually see through that, because everyone knows why Dhoni is out of the team. So it's Dhoni has retired, and he's, by his own admission, he hasn't talked about his retirement and why he went out. But all I can say is he has still a point to prove, a point to make, a point that the BCCI will seriously look into. And who knows, he might be called back into the team, especially the test team.
I see. You mentioned that he's endorsing 42 brands as he recedes into his career's sunset. Obviously, these brands will also drop off. Do you think he's prepared for that kind of eventuality?
No, I'm speaking to a guy called Sandeep Goyal, who is currently a veteran at Guru. He's like, he's worked on brand Dhoni, and he's got a thesis paper also. He believes that brand Dhoni will stay because not many Indian cricketers can guarantee the performance of those brands as Dhoni does. So maybe Virat Kohli does, but Dhoni is important for those brands, and Dhoni will stay, and he feels that the brands will also stay with him.
I see. And finally, before I let you go, Shantanu, since these are all short, quick recaps, which are the next matches that you personally are looking forward to in terms of the sheer entertainment value?
Well, I think I look forward to the RCB match, because at the end of the day, that'll be a great one. I've been a fan of Virat Kohli, the kind of energy he brings to the ground and the kind of fitness regime he believes into. I mean, his fitness is comparable to that of Mohammad Azharuddin's. So I look forward to RCB, let's see. I hope RCB does a great match today. Should be starting in another 15-20 minutes. I look forward to that. And as I said before, Kohli has to make a point. And let's see, he will make a point.
Okay, so I'll let you get to your favorite match. And this has been terrific as always. Thank you, Shantanu.
Thank you, Mayank. Take care.
Bye-bye. You too.